Looks like a junk car, and I guess that's what it is. It's really what it always was ever since I got it. Back in 2012, I think it was January, it was a friend from church, Heatherly, and she said she was junking her old car. And I said, hey, you know what, if it runs, would you be willing to junk it in my direction? And she gave it to me for $1. By the grace of God, this car lasted 4 years. It was such an amazing provision for me. I drove it all the way to Kansas City, Missouri and back, where I used it for ministry and work in the church as a worship leader for about 6 months. And then I came back from Kansas City, Missouri. I drove it to Vermont, where I studied teaching English to speakers of other languages, and I drove back and forth between Vermont and Massachusetts dozens of times when my brother had his back injury and back surgery. And then I moved to Salem, Massachusetts with this car, registered it in Salem. I was so happy, and I had a job at the Salem High School, Salem Public High School, as an assistant teacher, a job coach, paraprofessional teacher for special needs students. And then I used it for the first half of my year at Gordon Conwell Theological Seminary in Hamilton. And it got me back and forth to class just up until just about the end of the winter, this year actually, so a little bit more than half the year. This car was such a huge blessing, and I just want to thank God for it, for the provision of these last 4 years. That He made a junk car just a vehicle of grace and mercy, and I was able to do so much with it, travel with it, help other people with it, give people rides. I taught my brother how to drive stick in this car. This is actually a standard, and it was just a huge blessing. So Lord, I just want to thank You for this car. I just want to give it back to You. I thank You even for the provision that junking it today is going to help me pay a bill that I need to pay. I thank You, Lord, for it, and I ask You to bless me with another miracle car. In Jesus' name, amen.